So even if that doesn't happen in our lifetime, in any case, in our life, there's bound to be all sorts of different things happening. And the main thing is that we get ourselves ready, in the sense that if we have true bodhicitta, we'll be capable of facing anything that happens to us, and to make it something that helps us to progress in our spiritual path. We're not talking, when we say get ready, we're not talking about getting trained in the use of weapons, for instance. So how to prepare for it? And we can quote on this Shantideva in Bodhicharya Vatara, who says that the enemy to be vanquished is not out there. The enemy is our ego, being so centered, so fixated on our ego. And then if we defeat that enemy, there's no more enemy. The enemy on the outside is only something created by our inner enemy. So our work is to get rid of that inner enemy of ego. Then another thought that can help when things get really tough is to think that all the problems that may happen to us are our teacher, because they teach us how to practice, how to understand. And then if we're ill, we have a lot of health problems, we can think that this is a way to cleanse ourselves from our faults and our obscurations. We get rid of them. And then if one is hassled by ghosts or spirits, one should think that they are Buddha emanations. Transformation. So in our practice, we should always relate everything to the inner enemy. So whatever happens on the outside, whether it's difficult circumstances or enemies, sickness, even ghosts or whatever makes your life difficult, you should always think that it is fact that you believe in yourself and that you cherish that self so much, which is the cause for all that to happen. And then if you can work on that one and defeat that one, automatically all the others disappear, are taken care of. Really, basically, we have to learn to care more for others than we've always cared for ourselves. This self-obsession is the cause of all the problems. So, whatever, for instance, if we are sick, then we must think that we're taking not only our sickness, we're accepting our sickness as something that can purify us from our former misdeeds. But we take advantage of this sickness to take upon ourselves all the sickness of others so that they don't have to suffer from it, so that they don't get sick. And if we do it this way, then it is a true way of practice. It's not a hindrance. It is a proper and good practice.
Perna mani nyani shinki nga zo lo jong nyani shinki ba me shinki ni na ji je ban chimba la na cha chimba bi ne do ga bi na ni ka la na ni ga nyam bu ni na chimba ya da ba ban cha ji che wa ji ba na zu jha ya ji ma na jha no但这个我就希望这没希望你娘不你呢，那就那这个除了这个的，绿的灯是除了这个的，三的灯上面东南嘛，切不清楚这个，这个干啥啊？那个，那那那啥呢？什么？ 초가 전부지가 멤버 해당지는 큰감 민jam만에서 배 해당지모지 더니 내반 천사가 내요 때가 나는 요거 작은 무슨 빼고 semma 초차망고 지금 동기지 제 냐는 진기되게 오 난데 지와 남아가 레리 링아라다다 내 지와 남아 심치는 거 것에 해봐 소제 해봐 얘는 내가 저거라서 디왕에다가 나나사는 용이리 내가 득득다 해요 या ये जो दोनों ने ते ना कि कोचू को तीते न तरह ये जो दोनों रंग तन सो लेन ते दा से कुछ पोंगा उचिता तने मेंबा या ठुपा मजा तने नेयो रमदा या ना या तेला या कले मते ते को नाजी चेली ते न्याने यो में को चिपचिबु जितोए.
Let's take the example of two people who have exactly the same disease and they end up in hospital together in the same room. And they both suffer from, let's say, a very severe liver problem or intestinal problem. Anyway, it's quite serious and they're both in bad shape and suffering physically. Then let's say one of them has practiced the 7 points of mind training, the other one hasn't. So the one who has never done mind training, he's going to feel, of course, very unwell. The other one also feels unwell. Physically, they're both in really bad shape and they suffer. But the one who's never done mind training, he's going to feel miserable and very, very upset. So he'll first of all, won't accept that he's not well in that way. And then he's likely to get very annoyed with doctors if they don't react quickly enough to his request. and that if things they don't look after him well enough or do the right treatment for him. And then the nurses also, he'll be demanding things all the time from the nurses and getting very annoyed if he doesn't get attention quickly enough. So that person not only will have a lot of physical hardship from the disease, but will add to it a lot of mental torment because he's not accepting his condition and he's blaming everybody and he's having a very, very bad time. So next to him is this guy who's done the mind training. He's got the same disease, he's got pain just the same. But his mind is very different because this man is thinking, well, of course, it's my karma. I've done in the past probably some terrible things, whether I hurt others or I killed, and now this is the result that I have to experience. So he's accepting his disease because he understands that he's experiencing the results of his own former deeds. And he's accepting it even with happiness because he thinks, wow, that's wonderful, I can get rid of this now, I can purify, I can settle my accounts. And at the same time, he'll be able to think, well, you know, while I'm sick, I might as well take other suffering upon myself so they don't have to suffer. I'm here suffering anyway, I might as well take it upon myself. And someone who thinks like that will end up with a very peaceful mind. So of course his body will have pain, but he will be feeling so different from the other guy because his mind will be at peace. And he won't fight the doctors, he won't give them a tough time because they're not doing this or that. And he won't hassle the nurses, he will just take things in a much more peaceful way. And the result, of course, is that one is miserable as anything, and the other one is fine, even though they have exactly the same condition physically. And now we've come to the end of our session. We have half a minute to exchange with others.